Welcome to the Prep Beat. I'm T.J. Holmes. Alongside next to me is Thomas Lawrence. We are previewing our game of the week for Week 3, Central Valley at Enterprise. Last week, the Hornets bulldozed West Valley. They absolutely throttled them 28-3. That was the way they did it with their defense. Their defense absolutely stole the show, holding West Valley to under 60 yards of total offense. And it's going to be interesting if we can see a duplicate performance this week.
Yeah, absolutely, and Central Valley brings in an offense the likes of which Enterprise probably hasn't seen yet. You know, CV has been talking about their ludicrous speed, up-tempo offense, since spring ball when we went out there, up to Shasta Lake, and something they got from Southern Oregon University. It's something that really finally took off the way they wanted it to this last week, and a big win over Orland. You talked to Coach Matt Hunsaker. They got off 44 plays in the first half. He said it could have been up to 90 if they hadn't fumbled the ball a couple of times, and all that was possible thanks to obviously some good blocking, and then senior running back Connor Silveria took the ball over 30 times, over 170 yards rushing, and I think 3 touchdowns. So, he's really going to need to have that kind of performance, or even better if possible, if the Falcons want to hang over in East Reading.
Yeah, if they do want to hang, they have to limit the turnovers, because against an opportunistic team like Enterprise, that can't cut it. You got to play almost a perfect game, as Coach Matt Hunsaker did say. You got to play almost a perfect game, just kind of let's see how it goes. Looking at, you talked about CV's offense, I want to look at Enterprise. They get Jace Oravis back, senior running back, who didn't really play last week because of a leg injury. With Izzy Matthews back there, he proved that he can carry the load. Now you get Jace back. It doesn't seem like Enterprise would need to throw the ball that much with these 2 running backs, that they can just pound the ball, just like they did against West Valley last week. But that still raises questions, is we still don't know what we're getting with Bobby Lucan at quarterback. I'm sure he's great. He can make those passes. We've seen him connect on a few short ones, that can go for big plays. But that's still a question in my mind, is when will we get to see what Enterprise can do through the air?
That is, a big question still. The thing is, it may not matter for a few weeks to come, at least a few weeks. We watched Izzy Matthews last week, against a big, strong West Valley defense, and he looked like a college player out there. His first touchdown run, he was clear, and he sought out one of their defensive backs to hit before he went to the end zone. With him fresh, and we've seen Jace Oravis, an all-section caliber running back. With those 2 guys healthy and with fresh legs, that's not good news for any opposing defense.
No, it really isn't. We're shifting gears from our game of the week over to a rivalry. You got the Tehama County Shootout. Red Bluff is going to Corning. This is a game that Red Bluff shut out Corning last year. It's a game the Cardinals are going to want to keep their undefeated season alive.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been a back-and-forth rivalry. Before last year, they split the last 8 meetings, and it's going to be great to see. Neither of us have really had a chance to see what it's all about, and it'll be at Corning, a school with a lot of history. Red Bluff has it too, and a lot of new faces for Red Bluff. This year they had a cultural transition, but they got some new seniors. Quarterback Greg Dufour has really done a good job operating the pistol offense so far and finding his buddies, senior wide receivers like Sean Freeney and Jared Poore.
Some of the other games in town, or at least interdivision games, since a lot of these non-conference games are to test other teams. Foothill's going to Lassen. The Cougars have had 2 weeks to prepare since they had a bye last week. They got absolutely crushed against Elk Grove a couple weeks ago, but that was a state-ranked team. Lassen, a team is coming off back-to-back upper division wins against Chico and Peavey. They're just really surging right now.
Yeah, and another interdivision game is at Anderson. The Cubs 0-3, still looking for that first win in the era of Coach Scott Edwards, and it might be a good week to do it. They're playing Las Plumas, which was one of their 2 wins last year, and LP lost to Peavey last week and only had 6 yards of total offense. So this could be the perfect opportunity for the Cubs to kind of get their feet under them on defense and, finally get that win to kind of justify all that, that tough work in the offseason. That can do so much for a team spirit.
Yeah. Some of the other games going on in the area in the northern section. We got UPrep trying to get 2nd win in a row, hosting Calusa. Trinity and Modoc, that's always a good rivalry right there. Hard-fought game. Fall River's trying to unseat top-ranked Chester. You got in 8-man football, you got Dunsmuir going to Big Valley, a battle of 2 top 5 teams in that division. And then Reading Christian, the #1 team in 8-man football, is hosting Tudor Lake. We got a lot of games going on in the area in the northern section, so make sure you check out prepbeat.com late Friday night or over the weekend for all of our scores and video highlights, blogs, stories, anything else coming your way.